Hey, storytellers, storytelling Ron, and I'm just getting annoyed by this, and it comes across my feed here now and then. And this is about storytelling. I'm storytelling Ron, and I say, hey, storytellers, it's storytelling Ron, and we are all storytellers. Anyway, I come across all these videos sometimes by the GMs and stuff on YouTube saying that we're not storytellers, and that annoys the heckadoodles out of me. How ridiculous! How ridiculous that we're not storytellers, that we're referees or we're instigators of conflict, or what the heck, whatever we are, we're whatever. It's just stupid. You're fools. I know I'm being mean here. It's tomfoolery. Why are we delineating anyways? Why are we telling GMs what they are or aren't in titles? And it is ridiculous because storytelling is what we immediately do. And by the way, these guys, I enjoy watching their videos, but I'm just going to give them a hard time. But so that's what I'm doing. I'm a little peon, and I'm Christian, so I'm very isolated in this community, and that's fine with me. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so I don't care. I don't want to play these games anyway, this kind of games anyways. But I obviously like to listen to them because I don't have any other Christian DMs to listen to, and just to get like a tidbit of culture, RPG culture out of it, and game stuff and ideas. And then this is of course one. So and again, I can easily have a glass of wine with them or whatever. But anyway, so like, let me go to the YouTube thing here. So this guy says, you're not a storyteller. And I love this guy. He's great. But you're not a storyteller. You're because, and then the first example, I'm going to do the first example. Because, this guy was expositing, what? Wait a minute. We went from storytelling to expositing? Those are two different meanings. He just redefined storyteller. That's what annoys me about all of these. They all are redefined story to get their point across that you're not a storyteller, and yet that's to me sabotage. And I'm going to do a little conspiracy theory here. I feel like they come across my little thing. They see I'm a Christian freakazoid, and then they just look for a way to say, no, let's not do storytelling. Let's just cut him out. I don't know. That's just me, my extreme right wing Christian conspiracy. That how those have been going lately. Yeah, pretty good, huh? Anyway, so I don't know. Why do they even care about this? I'm going to make myself bigger just because why do they even care about, you're a storyteller, not a storyteller? It doesn't matter. Like, GMs are. Here, let me another one said we're a referee. Asinine. You're not a referee. You're a storyteller. And the players are storytellers. And and everyone kind of figures out what the rules are and works together. And obviously the GM has prepped a lot of the story. The characters have prepped their own background stories. I mean, if you play an innkeeper or barmaid and the players ask them a question and you say, "Oh, there's orcs in the valley over there." You just told a story. You're a storyteller. Here, let's go to story definition because storytellers tell stories. An account or recital of an event. An account or recital of an event. An account of an event. Well, that's it. You just told a story. Every time you tell them something, you're telling a story. Why are you bringing up epic or author or exposition or anything? This is the definition of story. An account of an event. That's it. Man, I don't understand why they, maybe they just run out of videos or ideas to make videos. A series of events. Well, let's just go to event, something that takes place. Something that takes place. That's it. Why are we adding in expository, which exposition is the worst thing ever? By the way, here's another advice for actual play games, and you're more successful than I am, but you have more subscribers and all that. But as soon as you do exposition at the very beginning of your, I can't watch it. I gotta go to another one, or I'll fast forward or something. I don't know. I can't. And I'm guilty of it too. But thankfully I'm very aware, and I try to stop it. I hate exposition. The character shouldn't even do exposition. If you want to describe the world, you should describe it through the visuals of the setting the scene, and through the NPCs, and that's it. The NPCs should give them, if your world is a police state, you should not tell them it's a police state. You should just put them in a place, and a police guy comes up to them and says, "Let me see your ID. you must know your number and blah blah. You should just, that's it. You're telling the story right there. You're telling the story by acting out these characters. Let me see your ID for we want to see you, or you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to this. You're going to do that. And by the way, that's still telling a story. The guy is telling a story. If you don't give me this, you're going to go do that. That's describing an event, describing a series of events, describing what's going to happen to you. And you're describing the police person and who they are and what they're doing. You're telling a story as you act. Now, as you act, obviously you're acting, but there's still a story coming out of it. And they immediately understand that there's a story coming out. Another example is like we're at the beach with our dog. You take your dog to the beach. Dog doesn't care about the beach, doesn't care about the crazy ocean, never seen it before, whatever. The sun is setting, dog doesn't care. God created animals to be animals. They have the spirit of life in them, for sure. And they have emotions and attachment to us, and they know what good is and bad is, as far as their life and health and all that. But they don't have a story. They don't see the sunset as a story. They don't see the ocean as a story. You and I sit there and are awed by the beauty of God, his creation. That's a story. That seeing the sunset, we are creating stories in our head about it. Seeing the ocean and what's in there, we're creating stories in our head automatically. We are creating the image of God. We create stories. No animal creates a story at all. So, and we're not an author. I mean, as far as the GM, an author is, it's a more encompassing and controlling thing. That is not what a storyteller is. The storyteller just tells a story, and then others can add to it. It doesn't matter. You don't add on definitions like epic and expositing and whatever else to storyteller. Storyteller is a basic thing, and you are a storyteller as a GM. Look at this guy. This was some big, dude on RPG GM dude. Storytelling basics. I think storytelling basics again. I don't know, whatever. Telling a good story. My goodness. This guy is saying, oh yeah, he's agreeing with I guess Dungeon Craft, who said we're not storytellers. And he brings up author, and we're not authors. I mean, I'm not. And he brings up referee. We're not we can be those little things like that, but we are storytellers. I don't understand what's the issue here with being a storyteller. The problem, let's say, is they add a new definition on a storyteller, or a bigger definition to it, which is not stop. Maybe they come across a lot of egotistical dudes that are terrible DMs. I get it. That's fine. But you're still a storyteller. You're still telling stories. It's around a campfire kind of thing. Obviously, there's a lead person, but everyone is in it. Background is a story. You setting the scene is a story, because you're going to say something in there about events that have happened. And another thing, maybe we don't railroad, but every one of these modules is basically a railroad, right? Every one of the adventures is a railroad. I mean, you got to go. There's a certain path. There's an epic storyline that you got to follow, and that's what we all, for the most part, play. So I don't even see the problem with railroad. But here's the thing: railroad. Let me give you another definition of it: compelling. We got to get them. We got to save them. We got to rescue them. I'm railroading my players, but I'm making it compelling so that they're excited. And I guarantee every party is looking for a railroad. They're always, you can do sandbox or hex crawl, but they're still looking for a railroad. They're still looking for some story or epicness they can go to and grow in and have fun in and challenge and take delight in. They're looking for a story. They're looking for a story when they whether it's a hex crawl or whether you mapped out an adventure. The way it goes bad is one, you exposit a lot. You GM, you're talking too damn much, and you're not playing out the NPCs, and you're not setting up the scene so that they can interact. You got to have them interact. Expositing means there's no interaction, and that sucks. Don't do it. If you want to tell them about something, tell it through the NPCs. Stay on the same level of the world as they are at. If you're above them telling them expository stuff, you're making it incredibly boring. Don't do that. Don't force them down a path either, but the NPCs should force them down a path. Absolutely. As you as a GM, do not force them down a path, but you got to make the NPCs, especially the villains, force them down a path. That's compelling. So that, and you're storytelling all the freaking time. If you want to railroad them, that's fine. You just got to make it compelling. You got to make it wonderful for them to do. Anyway, that's my little quick jab. I think I got to go to a Warner Brothers movie studio tour here in a minute with my relatives, but and go see some stories. storytelling's going on in there in our little tour. All right, see you guys.